Welcome to Unfiltered, Pixel Pro Audio's weekly show. Today we're talking about MOTU M2 and M4 interfaces. Please hit subscribe and like if you want to see more content like this, and please leave a comment below as to what you think of these. And you should stay to the end to see what this is about. Hello everyone, welcome back around the drum. I'm Tay, this is David, and that is Jay. Today we're going to talk about MOTU, the new interfaces they just announced, the M2 and M4. Guys, these are USB-C interfaces by MOTU, and I think we're kind of like, oh, hey, like MOTU has finally, reissued something, or they, not reissued, but they came out with something new finally. So
they came out with, here's the cliff notes. They came out with an affordable interface.
Yeah,
and for like desktop, couple channels. They've been missing this from their repertoire for a long time, and not only that, but they look like they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really high quality interfaces, and they're USB-C and they're bus powered.
So what did they have before? Like, we're talking about the ultralight, and what else did they have?
The Audio Express and the 4 Pre, I think, were the two comparable, but those were both over $300, over $400 in the, $400 to $500 price range.
4 Pre's racking it, but the other ones you're talking about
no 4 Pre's desktop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're both desktop.
Okay.
So this is like the first affordable, like where they're competing with the Scarlett line, they're competing with the M tracks from M Audio
and the Personas.
And so since we're talking price, let's tell them how much they are. The
M2 is $169.95, and then the M4 is $219.95. So we have these for special order right now on our site. Please click the link below. Both bundles come with 2 free cables, so check it out. You get, with the M4, you get double the inputs and the outputs.
Yep.
We'll get to that in a second, but it's like, what, $50 more
for the M4, yeah.
For the
Something
M4.
like that, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we're pleasantly surprised about this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I think it's kind of like about time kind of thing for MOTU.
It's been shocking that they haven't come out with something like this already, and I think it's just been a price point thing. They've always done their manufacturing in America, and I don't know if this is them not doing their. I just don't know. We haven't been able to find an answer to that yet. We don't know where these are made, but maybe these are made in China or something, and that's why they're able to finally do a price point like this. But I don't know. We'll find out and we'll report back. But we couldn't find that for the show today.
All right, pop.
These were just announced.
Just announced. Pop quiz, guys.
Yeah.
What does MOTU stand for?
Mark of the Unicorn.
Okay. Question number 2.
My daughter loves unicorns.
so Jay knows. Where is MOTU based out of? What country?
America.
US.
Okay.
They're from Massachusetts.
Let's talk a little bit about the features and aesthetics of this.
Yes.
What did you guys think when you first saw it? What was your first reaction, the way it looks?
At a distance, I was a little underwhelmed, but when you get close up to it and you see like what actually it has and everything it is, it's pretty impressive.
Okay.
And I like the robust look of it.
I was blinded.
Blinded by the light?
Blinded. All I saw were those gorgeous LCD displays, and I was just
He
like,
saw nothing else.
Gosh, this is amazing. I couldn't see. I didn't see any other stuff. I just saw those LCDs, and
You
I
were
was
starstruck.
so happy.
We were like, hey, check out that. Jay's like, what? Oh, yeah, I was really into the LCDs.
Yeah.
Hollywood over here is getting a phone call.
Come on now, guys.
Hollywood.
Mute your phones before we start this show. What
Is
the
that
heck?
is that MOTU calling?
Yeah, they're upset with what David said about how it looked at first.
I don't get into too many desktop interfaces. I think a lot of them look the same, but
You have a desktop interface.
I know, and it's Audient. They look way different than everything else.
Yeah, they're cool. I love my own.
Yeah.
When I'm at home. Okay,
Yeah.
we're pause here, but I sit at home with my hand on my Audient interface as
Just
I'm
because?
working. It's warm.
Just because.
It's literally warm.
Yep.
So I sit with my hand and I just push buttons all day long. I'm not kidding. I really do.
Push
I'm
buttons
flicking
that don't do
switches.
anything.
I'm just as I'm typing and doing work. I know it's weird.
So this thing kind of like
So I
has
like
the same
desktop
shape
interfaces.
as the like an M Audio Fast Track Pro. It's kind of like got that like cylindrical shape.
Let's dial into who they're really going after here.
Who are they going after?
Scarlett 2i2
Absolutely.
and
And
2i4.
They're doing a killer
4i4.
job at it, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
having an LCD at that price and then converters with this dynamic range at that price point is crazy.
Yeah.
Well-
I mean, when I look at it and I say you're getting for $10 more, you're getting that beautiful display. I'm like, and I love the Scarlett line. I mean, Scarlett line is fantastic. I'm nothing against them. You know, we recommend those interfaces all day long, but I do love that display a lot.
Well, let's get into the features. First off, it's USB-C now. I think everyone's going towards that. The third gen Scarlett line went that way.
But those still use the USB 2.0 protocol. This uses actual USB-C protocol, but it is backwards compatible with USB.
So that's how they're getting that latency, you think, or you think that's not related?
Well, I think USB-C has more voltage to it, so you can get like more.
So you think that's
more
why
gain
they're
in
able to do
preamps?
the LCDs?
Probably the LCDs and the higher dynamic range on the converters. So I mean, better specs because you have more power.
That's true. That may be why we haven't seen LCDs like this in these small bus-powered interfaces before. But these do have power supplies, don't they?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's just USB power.
Oh no, I'm thinking you're gonna have to cut that out. Okay, sorry.
Well, while we're talking about dynamic range, David, tell us a little more about that.
On the mic inputs, we've got 115 dB, and that's best in class, the best you're going to find for a bus-powered interface. And then on the monitor outputs, it's 120 dB, which is crazy high for a bus-powered interface. So again, I think that comes from the extra power supplied from the USB-C port.
And they claim that the DAC for the headphone output is also that high quality. Their claim was that, you know, it's the DAC on here is for the headphones is the equivalent of high-end hundreds of dollars, I believe is what they said, headphone amp. And I mean, I've been a believer in MOTU for a long time, so I'm not going to say that they're wrong because they probably are telling the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the sample rate, David.
So it can get up to 192.
Okay.
They did some measurements at 24-bit, 96K. The latency was about 2.5 milliseconds. So that's a pretty realistic sample and bit rate. Everybody should be recording at 24-bit these days. A lot of people like to do at 96K. And 2.5 milliseconds round trip is ridiculous. Like, you can't even hear that.
That's awesome because, like, you know, you're just adding more features and giving people better equipment to use at a lower price point.
Yeah, it's insane how low these are priced.
Just to recap the look of it, it's basically all black. It's got these nice, what we think are metal knobs. We're not sure, but they have that like kind of like grip on the side, that texture where it's like it looks metal. And then on the back,
These metals, yeah.
on the back, there's actually a on and off switch. You can literally you don't have to have it plugged in.
Yes, that was the other thing I love about it. It's got an on and off switch.
Yeah.
Jay, what does it come with?
It comes with Performer Lite, they're calling it, which we don't know a lot about right now.
It's a light version of Digital Performer 10.
Yes, we know that, but we don't know like how it's stripped down or why it's stripped down.
Right.
It also comes with Ableton Live Lite, and then I believe it comes with the Loopmaster stuff. David, you tell me. 16 gigabytes of loops.
And you get over 100 VST instruments, multi-sample VST instruments.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, when you're comparing that to the Scarlett, I think that the Scarlett has a much more robust software package that comes with it. You know, with the Pro Tools first, Focusrite Edition, and then they just have so many really good processing plugins that come with it, as well as some software stuff too. I guess maybe if you're a synth guy, this makes a little bit more sense. But if you're a recording guy, the Focusrite stuff probably makes more sense.
Is that because MOTU's
of
not
software
with some of these has connections like some of the other companies do?
Well, MOTU has their own DAW, Digital Performer, and that's a competitor of Avid, so they're not going to include Pro Tools first in theirs.
But Pro Tools, but they did include Ableton.
Yeah, good point. I don't know. Pro Tools First is free anyway, so
Yes, that's I don't know, but I think more so it's the plugins that come with the Focusrite package.
Yeah,
they just have a lot more robust plugin stuff, and they're always adding things that people get. So from that perspective, I would, if you care about plugins and you don't want to be subscribed to a service like SoftTube or whatever, that's something to consider, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
We kind of blew past this, but we were talking about the aesthetics, and then let's go back and talk about what it has, the ins and outs.
Oh yeah,
we kind of missed that. So on the M2, it's got on the front, it's got a combo jack, TRS and XLR.
Yep.
On the back of that, it has outs, TRS outs, and it's got RCA outs.
Yep.
and then it has the USB and then MIDI on the back.
Yep.
And then with the M4, you're getting basically double that, but you're getting like dedicated monitor out in the back, and
there's 2 mic preamps and then 2 additional line inputs.
Yeah, and I really like that because the real line inputs.
Yes, I like that too.
I'm a guy who likes to use outboard preamps. I love outboard preamps. So I just want to go right in, and if I want something clean, I can plug into the front inputs.
Everyone should be getting to this point. Like, they should want to try and use outboard gear if they can, you know?
It makes a difference. It really does.
And a lot of these interfaces sometimes restrict you to that, so we're a big fan of that feature. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about was the loopback. They have, a paragraph on their website up on it, and I wanted to read it off, and then we'll talk about our interpretation of this loopback. Loopback. The M2 driver provides convenient loopback channels to your host computer, so you can easily combine computer audio with live mics and/or guitar inputs to stream the combined mix to YouTube or your favorite podcasting platform in real time. Streaming and podcasting has never been easier and better sounding. So I've always looked for a loopback feature where I could capture the audio from my computer, any source of my computer, while I'm using microphones in the studio. Preferably because I do a podcast and I want to get audio that play.
And you do a
sports
good job
clips,
of that. Yeah.
but I don't do it live.
Oh, you don't?
No.
See, and I don't even know.
I know,
that.
and that's
it
the
does
problem.
happen quick. So I was like, man, he's either really good or I guess he's editing.
If I had a way to do it, which this sounds like to me, that's what you do. You're basically assigning an input to the computer output. But there's always been problems with like selecting the outputs on the computer itself. Like, are you selecting the interface or are you selecting something else? You can only pick one. So hopefully this works.
That.
Yeah, and I would totally love to use something like this on my audio interface.
Let me ask you this: would you switch your workflow to use this? Would you buy an interface like this?
If this could literally do what I think it does, and take
is that a big enough feature for you?
For $170, I think so.
That'd be the M4
Would
for
it?
what you need.
loopback?
Yeah, what you need.
Oh, right. Well,
I know because he only has 2 inputs.
But he uses outboard gear. He needs the line inputs.
Outboard gear. Yes, Jay, I would consider it because it's a solution to a problem I think a lot of people have. They're on their computers. Like, people are on their computers using DAWs. They're not like it's a real life issue, and I think we must be heard.
People are on their computers.
Right,
this
guys.
is a real.
The issues with Taylor Cruder.
Yeah.
Let's talk about prescription medication next.
I stand today on a platform.
Wait, soapbox is over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go grab that for you.
Guys, this is serious.
Okay, no, so that's a cool
Yes.
feature. That's awesome.
If they do what it says it does, it'll be great.
Okay, cool.
So, do you guys have anything more?
You better keep that in. I like that a lot. That was
Okay,
good.
fine. I'm passionate.
Okay,
baby, I'm
good.
passionate.
I'm looking out for you guys.
So, do you guys have anything else to say about the MOTU announcement here that they've
In
got
a
these
word
things?
for me, let's do one word.
One word.
Solid.
I can't pick a better word except maybe wow.
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 I'd say about time.
That's 2 words. Idiot.
If you put a hyphen, makes it one word, right?
Yeah.
Madame.
There's a
Madame.
there's an apostrophe between those 2 words.
Okay. You don't know how to follow my rules.
Doesn't know how to English.
Yeah.
I do know how to speak, and that should wrap up this episode, guys. So,
All right.
thanks for watching. Hit subscribe and hit the like button. It's the only way to help us out here to give you more content like this. So, thanks for watching.
And please tell us what you think about this interface. We really want to know. Do you think it's as cool as we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave a comment below. And we'll see you around the drum next time. Hey guys, I was rummaging through the security footage and found something a little weird. I don't know if it's the full moon lately or, Halloween just ending, but there's something strange that I found. I'll show it to you. It's like a rising of the force or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Check it out.
That's a good outtake, right?
That's good. Yeah, I liked it. All right, next one.
Squeak.
If you type it, they will come.
That worked. That worked. I'm positive. That was a Tay joke.
I'm glad I have
For arrested.
squeak. True story. Where's the M3? A lot of vacuums in there in the room there.
Jay's foot's wiggling at the end there. I see it in the camera.
He's
The
waving.
caffeine's starting to kick in, baby. I don't know either. I think it's usually like, it's good. It's solid.